The United States has issued a big ultimatum to Hamas. Standing beside the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, U.S. President Donald Trump has given Hamas just 72 hours to accept what he calls a new Gaza deal, a plan that promises an end to the war in Gaza if hostages are released and Gaza is demilitarized. But it also comes with a warning. Reject it, and Israel will have America's full backing to, in Trump's own words, finish the job. What does finish the job really mean? If the war drags on for, say, another 6 months, how many more will die is the question that many are asking. What is the true price of refusal if that happens? The United Nations, which has condemned Israel for its actions in Gaza and called it genocide, quote unquote, has welcomed the plan. The European Union has welcomed it. Russia has said it hopes that the plan is implemented. Even Israelis are welcoming the plan reportedly. But questions still there over whether Hamas would accept the plan or not. Already, Palestinians have expressed disappointment, saying that the peace plan, as it stands right now, only serves the U.S. and Israel.
The Palestinian people will not accept a new mandate. They will not accept giving up their rights, and they will not give up international law. We reject this plan.
This plan falls in Trump and Israel's favor. They have interests in Gaza. They want to end Gaza in any way possible. Gas in Gaza, they want to turn into Trump resorts, and he wants to finish his plan. And all these complications are from Trump and Netanyahu, and if they wanted to solve, they would have solved it a long time ago. We are the victims here. The whole world is watching us today as we get slaughtered. No one is standing with us, and all this is in favor of the Jews, and the whole world today are serving Israel.
And speaking at a joint White House press conference following a meeting with Netanyahu, Donald Trump said they were beyond very close to an elusive peace deal for Gaza, beyond very close. But he also warned Hamas that Israel would have full U.S. support to take whatever action it deemed necessary if they rejected what he has offered. The White House released a 20-point document, basically, that called for an immediate ceasefire, an exchange of hostages held by Hamas, release of Palestinian prisoners held by Israel, a staged Israeli withdrawal from Gaza, Hamas disarmament, and a transitional government led by an international body. It is being reported that Trump went into Monday's meeting seeking to overcome Netanyahu's misgivings over parts of the plan. But it was not immediately clear whether the Trump administration and Israel had resolved all their differences. Their differences had included the possibility of a future Palestinian state, which Netanyahu has forcefully rejected, and also any role for the Palestinian Authority in post-war governance of the Gaza Strip. What we did see is Trump thanking Netanyahu for agreeing to the plan and for, in his words, trusting that if we work together, we can bring an end to the death and destruction that we have seen for so many years, decades, even centuries, quote unquote. Standing next to Trump, Netanyahu, in fact, responded saying that he supports the plan as it achieves Israel's war aims. But it is also important to know here that Hamas remains the key to whether Trump's peace proposals actually get off the ground or not. Hamas's absence from the talks and its previous repeated refusals to disarm, raising doubts about the plan's viability. Hamas, remember, had triggered this when on October 7, 2023, it carried out a coordinated attack on Israel, taking hostages. 48 of them it still holds, 20 of them still alive, according to Israel. An official briefed on the talks has said that Qatar and Egypt have shared the document with Hamas, which told the mediators that they will review it in good faith and then respond. This was Netanyahu's fourth White House visit, by the way, since Trump returned to office in January this year. The Israeli Prime Minister was looking to bolster his country's most important relationship after a number of Western leaders formally embraced Palestinian statehood at the United Nations last week in defiance of the U.S. and Israel. But even though Trump had sharply criticized the recognition of statehood as a prize for Hamas, Monday's meeting marked a stepped-up diplomatic effort from the United States president, who had vowed during his presidential campaign, remember, to quickly bring the war to a close. And he has since repeatedly claimed that a peace deal was near, only for it to fail to materialize. Netanyahu, while praising Trump as a friend of Israel, put some distance between himself and some items in Trump's plan, including the reforms being demanded of the internationally recognized Palestinian Authority and the prospects for eventual Palestinian statehood. It all comes as Netanyahu is under mounting pressure from the hostages' families and, according to public opinion polls, a war-weary Israeli public. But he also risks the collapse of his governing coalition if the far-right ministers believe he has made too many concessions for a peace deal. And as for the Palestinian Authority news agency reporting that it has welcomed Trump's efforts on Monday and reiterated its commitment to work with America and partners to reach a comprehensive deal. The plan coming as Israel has launched one of its biggest offensives of the war this month, with Netanyahu saying he aims to wipe out Hamas in its final version. In fact, the war has left much of Gaza in ruin and caused a major humanitarian crisis. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.